What is going on to you Geminis? You have the unalive card, the Justice. You Geminis have the Five of Wands right here. So look, so these three cards right here for you Gemini speaks to how a lot of you very much so are making the transition from the way that you used to be, essentially, to how you are now. Someone that very much so is a lot more willing to allow really dysfunctional situations go. Um, and that puts you very much so in the driver's seat, because the Justice and the Five of Wands represents competition, right? Going back and forth with one another, that things end up being cool and then things escalate. Not really escalate, they actually de-escalate, but if we're really going to get technical, but they escalate to now being what was once playful into serious in the wrong way, in the way that you don't want. And the Justice right here represents, so there's definitely a sense of like people having it out for you because they don't like the fact that you are moving the way that you want to move. But if they really cared about you and they respected it, right? If they cared about you and they wasn't so closed-minded, they would actually be able to respect the fact that you Geminis are adults and you're supposed to know what it is that you're doing. And then you have the Eight of Swords and then the Seven of Swords. So so these two cards right here for you, the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Swords and Seven of Swords, speaks to how it is a lot of you Geminis, you're trying to figure out, well, what exactly is going on. Like, how is it that your life is essentially changing, right? How is it changing so much where like your life is changing for the better, but there's some things that are getting worse, as far as why is it that you Geminis are finding it harder and harder to maintain the old relationships that you once had. And the reason for that in the first place is truly because you're in a situation, my dear Geminis, where you really have to understand what it is that you've got going on. You Geminis are in a particular situation where you're growing. So what's happening here is that you're going to have a lot more beefs with other people. You're becoming that Setinian energy. And what I mean when I say Setinian energy, I'm talking about it like from the Egyptian mythology, Set, to be seen as the villain of the story. But it's actually much more deeper than that. It's much more clear yet complex. That it's not as simple as good and evil. What is it? Or the hero and the villain. What it is you Geminis, you had to grow. And hanging out with these individuals, there was no growth, or there was very little growth. And the thing is that you Geminis, they don't respect it. Instead of them deciding that they're going to go ahead and step their game up and actually raise the bar for themselves, they decided that they wanted to start being angry with you, spiteful. They want to understand, why is it that you stop coming around? You're too good for them. And the answer to that is, you are too good for them. You are. You Geminis are actually too good for them. But the Seven of Swords represents you have to continue to move forward regardless of the envy that they have, because they want to be around you, but at the same time they want to be around you, but they don't want to grow. So it's a catch-22, where it's like, how on one hand they want you to be around them, but at the same time they don't want to grow. What type of nonsense is that? So then you have the Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, which represents how you Geminis, again, they want you to need them. They want you to see them as a person that is like the king or queen of the crossroads, where all roads lead back to them. They want you to need them, to want to have to be dependent on them, to come back. And this could even be romantic interest. What was once romantic interest that you had stopped talking to, or one that you probably even talking to right now, but you're starting to see some real signs about them that you don't particularly like. And then the Ace of Cups and the Page of Swords right here represents how And so because of it, a lot of you are in a situation where you you're in a situation where you don't have to anymore. You're much better off without dealing with them anymore. You're much better off, because what's happening here is all it is that you're going to get is just problems after problems after problems. So what exactly is the point of dealing with these individuals that doesn't do anything but gives you problems, right? You know, they always seem to have a problem with you. It's always something. They always. And then the thing is that the King of Cups represents how you Geminis essentially, you know, here they are, right, trying to play it off like their life is so much better than compared to yours. So it becomes an ego contest. And they're doing so much better without you, or they, even if you're in a relationship with them, they could be doing so much better without you. So then if you Geminis are in a relationship with them, set them free and let them stand on business. For you Geminis that are not in a relationship with them, and or it could just be friends, don't even listen to what it is that they have to say. Continue to move forward. Don't even pay attention to them. So let's clarify the King of Pentacles. The Sun card, Ten of Wands, the Emperor, the Six of Wands, and then you have the King of Pentacles to clarify the King of Pentacles. So the Sun and the Ten of Wands represents, yet again, they want all the spotlight on them. Meanwhile, you Geminis are living your life. You got real life. You're living a real life, real fulfilling life, while they're so busy worried about you and what you Geminis got going on. The Emperor and the Six of Wands represents, but you know, you forgive them. You know, you forgive them, and you Geminis are going to move forward. And also, you're going to not only just move forward, but you're going to thrive without them, because they essentially drew their line in the sand. Now you don't want to hang out with them, because there was a time where, or a chance where you still had them in mind, where every now and again you would reach out, but you realizing now that how they moving, if it's a friend or family member, you can't. And if it's a love interest, the two of you are not going to be compatible together, because their mentality is hand to mouth. They want you to give them a fish instead of you teaching them how to fish. And you Geminis don't have time for that. You don't have time for that. And even if you did have time for it, you wouldn't want to engage with them in that way. So the Six of Wands, there's definitely a sense of you just moving forward regardless of if people approve or not. And you should move forward regardless of if people approve, because your lifestyle is, you're starting to see much more success. And once again, you can't have that. You can't have someone specifically coming in trying to bicker and argue and super attached, needy and dry begging for you to stay with them, but then they're not bringing anything to you that has value, right? Nor are they actually looking to advance. They're just looking at you to do everything. You can't have that. So you Geminis are definitely on the right track. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100K. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. I have like 14,800 and change. Shout outs to y'all for all the subs, comments, all of that. That helps. Appreciate you.